What is going on, guys? We are back at it again with another video. Today we're going to be talking about 5 easy tips that are going to enhance your videos. In today's video, I wanted to talk about 5 tips that help me when creating my own videos. As a small creator, I know it's a long and hard process when you're trying to make a video. I know it can be challenging sometimes, and I know you could just get stuck in a rut and you don't know where to go from there. So I hope these 5 tips resonate with you and they enhance your videos. So without further ado, let's get started. So starting off with number 1, it is to create a storyboard. What's a storyboard, you might ask? Its proper definition is like a graphic organizer. So in simpler terms, what that means is that you're pretty much drawing out each scene that you want in your video. I do this a lot whenever I'm shooting like outside, or I'm shooting like a cinematic or a B-roll sequence. I tend to do this, and it's nothing fancy. It'll probably take you about maybe 15 to 30 minutes. You pretty much draw every scene that you want to have in your video. You can get a paper, divide it into 6 squares, and in the first square, draw the little scene. Draw the first scene that you want to have in there, and in the bottom leave a little space so you can write a caption, whether it's describing what's going to be happening in the scene, or if you have dialogue over that scene like a voiceover or something, write it under there. That way you know what's going on. After that scene, go on to the next scene. What do you want the next scene to be? What shot do you want to have? Do you want to have a close-up? Do you want to have a wide angle, maybe like a medium shot? Draw it out, leave a little space at the bottom, put the dialogue, put a caption, whatever you want, and from there you kind of just go on till you finish all the scenes that you want to have in the video. So the reason that I do this is because it's kind of like a guide that I use, and as a creator, I know that we all get that perfect shot in our head. We look at something, or you think about something, and you're like, okay, I want it to look like this. But sometimes, what if you forget of the next shot that you want to shoot? Or what if you forget of the next shot that's going to come after that, and you have to stop production and you have to sit there and be like, okay, what was going to be the next scene? Oh, okay, I got it. And then after that, you're like, okay, what comes after that? And you're looking at everyone and you're like, okay, what comes after that? You got to be organized, and that's the reason for a storyboard. You have every scene that you already want to shoot, and if you have a crew with you, you could print out multiple of these sheets and give them out to everyone. That way everyone's on the same page and knows what exactly you want from this scene. And going on to number 2, it is writing a script. Whenever you want to have dialogue between 2 characters, or if you want to have a voiceover, and if you're just sitting in front of a camera like how I am and just talking into it, it's good to have a script, and it's going to help you not lose focus. You're not going to go off track. You're not going to start talking about something else. You know that you got to follow the script. Usually when I do videos like this where I sit in front of the camera and I talk about something, I usually write a script. Like this video, for example, I'm talking about 5 tips. So I wrote out 5 tips, and under each of them I wrote what I wanted to say about each tip. And after you finished your script, hopefully you wrote it in advance, that way you're able to go back and read it every now and then. Whenever you have free time, read it over about 15 minutes, 10 minutes. It won't take that long. And sometimes it doesn't even need to be a script. You could even do an outline. That's going to help too. Just something that's going to keep you on track when creating your videos. Unless you're a good speaker and you're very knowledgeable about the things that you want to talk about, then go ahead. You don't need to write a script. But writing a script or even doing an outline really does help the flow of your video, and it helps you get it done faster. You don't have to wait. You don't have to pause and think about what you're going to say next. So going on with number 3, it is to be familiar with your editing program. Whether you're editing on Premiere Pro, Final Cut, Sony Vegas, Camtasia, whatever it is, be familiar with what you're doing with that program. Let's say you did your storyboard, you have your script, you recorded your video, but now you're gonna spend like a whole day or 2 trying to edit this video because you don't really know what goes on. Plan it out. Whenever you have a day off of school, you don't have work or anything like that, spend the whole day just looking up tutorials. Look up as many tutorials as you can. Get familiar with your program. That way after you finish your video, you could just import it into your laptop, start working on it, get it done, turn it around, upload it, and get it out to the world. Like for me, I use Premiere Pro. It's taken me a good amount of time for me to get familiar with the program, but honestly it was a fault on my part. I really didn't take a whole like session to just learn the program. And I'm not saying that you're gonna learn the program overnight, but it does help to have a nice foundation. That way you know what you're doing whenever you get into the program. Going on to number 4, it is going to be know your camera inside and out. Not only do you need to know your editing program, but you also need to know the settings of your camera. You need to know everything about it. You don't want to go into Premiere, import your footage, and realize that it's all crap. It's too blocky, it's too weird, it's too shaky, it's overexposed, it's underexposed, you can't see yourself, you're not even in focus. Know your camera inside and out. Like with the editing program, spend a whole day just looking up tutorials on your camera. If not, even just play around with your camera. Be familiar with your camera and know what it can do if you put it in the right settings. Most people nowadays buy a DSLR, They don't even care to look at the settings. They don't care to look at the manual. They don't care to look at YouTube videos. If you're just gonna set your camera to auto, then you shouldn't have bought a DSLR in the first place. These cameras are so powerful with what they're able to do, and if you're not taking advantage of it, then you're kind of losing out on the money. It was a waste of money if you spent all that money on a DSLR. So know your camera settings, that way you know that you're gonna create great footage. Like I could tell you, whenever I shoot inside for these videos, I shoot at 24 frames per second. I have a shutter speed of 50. I have an aperture of 2.8, and I have an ISO for 400. And those settings change depending on my environment. If you don't change these settings depending on your environment, then you're screwed and you're gonna have terrible footage. So please, I beg y'all, know your camera inside and out before you go outside and start shooting video or taking pictures. And going on to number 5 is be confident when recording your videos. Don't be scared, don't be shy, be confident. Own the shit that you're doing and be confident in recording your videos. Yes, recording in front of a camera can be intimidating. It could be kind of weird because no one's really around you and you're just kind of talking to a camera. That can be strange, but own it, you know what I mean? No one wants to watch a video where you're just kind of talking and you're like, yeah, so today we're gonna be talking about 5 tips that are gonna be like helpful for your videos and stuff like that. Be confident. You don't want to be that person. People are actually watching you. You actually have people that are watching these videos. Talk directly to them, help them out in whatever you're trying to do, or entertain them if that's your goal. But just be confident and be prideful of yourself whenever recording your videos. Like, bring energy to the table. Would you watch your favorite show if the actors were just kind of dull and boring and were monotone the whole time? No, you wouldn't watch that. So put out content that you're proud of, be confident, and I bet you your videos will get a lot better. The energy you would feel from just watching your videos will skyrocket, I promise you that. So that's gonna do it. I hope you take all these 5 tips into consideration. They're really easy little simple hacks when creating your videos. Not only are they gonna make the outcome better, but the process in making these will just have a nice simple flow, and you won't run into lots of trouble and you won't waste a lot of time when making these videos. You have a quick turnaround for these videos, and that's the whole process. You wanna create videos fast, you wanna create videos good, and you want to have good energy in your videos. And I'm not saying that these are the only tips that you should follow when creating videos. If you have other ones, please follow those, as long as you have a system when creating your videos. If you have a system, then the outcome of your video is going to be a lot better. But that's going to be it for me today. Don't forget that I post every week on Tuesday and Friday, 10:30 a.m. I provide content for those that are just trying to get better as a creator. So please, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave a comment if you're new. But as of right now, I'll see y'all next Friday. Peace. Dogs are barking. There's perks to living with dogs. They bark for everything. And you can't create YouTube videos and you can't get paid.